Hello, and welcome to another video by Wild Fist Karate. My name is Sensei, and I'm here to teach you about martial arts so you can get fit, defend yourselves, and probably become a professional fighter. But unlike usual, I'm I'm going to be discussing about something different. So you know about the UFC, how your journey in the UFC is going to be similar to that of a Pokemon journey. Something I know as I've grown up with playing Pokemon. I wanted to discuss what if UFC fighters were gym leaders is Elite Four, even champions in Pokemon World. Starting with Nate Diaz. I have heard a lot about this guy. I heard that he has good durability, cardio, and an unorthodox fighting style. So, to reference his durability, I want to give him the rock type. And I think it fits well with the tradition in Pokemon, having the first gym leaders as rock type specialists. Helps know its advantages and disadvantages. Beaten by two beats one. So, I think he would first send out a Rug and Roller, and then, as an ace Pokemon, since he's the first gym leader, he'd have a Larvitar. I think it fits his vibe. You just have to wait till the rematch until he comes out with a Tyranitar. So then, moving on to the second gym leader, I decided Dustin Pornier as the ground type specialist. I think it fits it well being called Dustin. So I thought he would have a team of Rhyhorn and Palpitoad. I think it fits this fighting style. Following that, he would have an Ace Crocodile, also fitting his fighting style and background. Also, if I apologize if I mispronounce or forget the names of any of these fighters, I'm not that fond with the UFC. But for the third gym, I was thinking of putting this one Mexican UFC fighter, and I forgot their name. I'm so sorry about that. I think I think they would have a team of I think they would have a team of Dunsparce, Persian, and Snorlax. And next, I'm choosing Conor McGregor as a grass type gym leader. I think it fits his vibe as an Irish fighter. The first, the first thing I think of are those four-leaf clovers. So, so for his team, I chose Brolu as a good lead, and a reference to his punching. Also, who Roserade and Shiftry for the leaves. For the fifth gym leader, I think I would choose Israel Hazan. I don't know how to pronounce his surname. I'm so sorry. So I think I would pick a team consisting of Arcanine, Salazzle, and Turtonator, and a Mega Houndoom, all fire types representing his fiery fighting style. For the sixth gym leader, I've chosen the wrestler Islam. For his team, I chose to make him a flying type specialist because he could probably beat John Jones in a fight. I chose to give him a Halucha to represent his wrestling, also a Braviary to represent his aggressive fighting style, as well as a Gliscor and a Mega Pidgeot. Actually, no. Yeah. For the seventh gym leader, I chose Lee Murray. I know he's no longer a UFC fighter, but I think I make him a dark type specialist because of his history in crime. I'll give him a Zoroark to represent the illusion he was able to cast during the robbery, as well as Pangoro and possibly also Weavile to represent his brutish fighting style. And finally, Mega Sableye for the money heist he pulled. For the 8th gym leader, I chose Ronda to make her a water type specialist because of her flowing fighting style of judo. I chose to give her a Palafin as I thought that would be a good lead, as well as Poliwrath to represent the wrestling. And probably also a Zoomeril, because I think that works well as well. Finally, a Mega Gyarados. Next up, I chose the Brazilian fighter Alice Pereira, because I think he will be an electric type specialist for his capoeira energy. So I'll give him a team of Raichu and Toxtricity to represent this, alongside Magnezone and Electivire. And finally, a Mega Maynetric. I chose Maynetric over Ampharos because it's much faster and it fits better with his fighting style. He mostly lets his guard down for more mobility. Following that, I've chosen a Russian fighter Khabib. I chose to make him an ice type for his Russian heritage and his cold wrestling style. He's one of my favorite UFC fighters, and I've learned a lot from him. I chose to give him Mamoswine and Weavile to represent this, alongside Titan, Beartic because of how he wrestled bears, and Omega Glele because I think it fits his fighting style. Finally, I wanted to talk about Tom Aspinall. I hadn't learned much about him, but I've learned about his kicking power and how he could possibly beat John Jones in a fight. Hearing this, I decided to make him a Psychic type. I realized that Psychic type was one of the biggest threats back in Generation 1. However, because of this, they had to nerf it. So I'll give him a team consisting of Farigiraf, knowing Trick Room, as well as an Armor Rouge. Following that with possibly Espeon, then Reuniclus, and a Mega Gallade. I think Mega Gallade's additional fighting type also works well with this. As the final member of the Elite Four, I wanted to talk about Francis Ngannou, who I would give the Dragon type. I think it fits well with his raw power, as many Dragon type Pokemon are already known for this. I give him a team of Noivern, as I think will be an effective lead with his good speed. Also Hydrapple, and then Turtonator and Dracovish to represent the climates he faced. And finally, a Mega Garchomp. I think it works well as they both hit really hard, and I think Mega Garchomp's steps, right, fits Francis's fighting style. And with his part ground type, I think it represents how he used to work in the sand mines. I'm glad for how he's come so far. And finally, I want to talk about the champion, John Jones. I want to give him a Lucha. I want to make him a fighting type specialist since he's the champion. I want to give him a Halucha as a lead for his speed and his wrestling skills. Also, Kamawel being a pseudo legendary, Poliwrath for more wrestling, Toxicroak because of some abuse he did with something, Polmop for his punches, and finally Mega Blaziken. I think he fits his fighting style and they're both 6'3". So those are all the UFC fighters I'll put in the Pokemon world as gym leaders, Elite Four, and possibly a champion. I'm not sure if this was the best video I've done, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. Consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to boost the channel, and turning on the notification bell for future content. And I'll see you in the next video. Sayonara.